Evercoat's Feather Fill 4:1 Polyester Primer is a two-component primer surfacer that has excellent filling capabilities and uses a patented 4:1 mix ratio technology. It is ideal as a low VOC substitute for urethane primers and to hold down troublesome repairs on fiberglass, SMC, and other substrates. Feather Fill 4:1 mixes and sprays like a urethane primer, but provides the build, sandability, and dry-to-sand time of a traditional polyester primer. It is compatible with waterborne paint systems and is VOC compliant. This video will cover the approved substrates, recommended cleaning procedures, application recommendations, mixing, and finishing techniques. Feather Fill 4:1 can be used on fiberglass, sheet-molded composite, rigid plastics, polyester fillers and putties, epoxy primer, and self-etch primer. When applied over a self-etch primer, the dry-to-sand time will be extended 4 to 6 hours. For spot repairs, begin by cleaning the surface with a quality wax and grease remover. When cleaning fiberglass or SMC panels, use acetone to clean the surface when the fibers are visible. If the panel was repaired following the recommended Evercoat process and cleaned prior to the repair process, continue on to the next step. Feather edge around into the clear coat with 320 grit. Then remove the dust with clean compressed air, or an alcohol wipe if you prefer. For bare metal areas larger than 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters, use a quality epoxy or self-etch primer. Because of the extended dry-to-sand times with self-etch primers, epoxy primers are recommended for faster production times. Follow your paint company's recommendations for surface preparation and recoating procedures. Stir the primer thoroughly before mixing and shake Evercoat 4:1 Polyester Primer Catalyst number 733. Pour into a graduated mixing cup that is marked for 4:1 mixing. Feather Fill 4:1 can also be mixed on a paint scale by parts and by weight. For more information, go to evercoat.com to download a mixing chart. After adding the catalyst, mix the primer thoroughly. This will help to eliminate inconsistent curing. Avoid applying below 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 13 degrees Celsius to avoid slow or inconsistent cure as well. After Feather Fill 4:1 has been mixed, you will have a working pot life of 70 minutes at 75 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 degrees Celsius. When spraying Feather Fill 4:1, use a gravity feed spray gun with a 1.5 to 2.0 fluid nozzle and spray at your paint gun manufacturer's recommended air pressure. Apply 2 to 3 medium wet coats over the repair and into the feather-edged clear, allowing 5 to 10 minutes flash time between coats. Use this same process for pre-painted and epoxy-primed panels. Feather Fill 4:1 is ready to sand in about 60 to 90 minutes, depending on film build. Again, dry-to-sand times will be extended when applied over self-etch primers. Begin by sanding with 220 grit. Then sand with 320 to 400 grit. Because of the high build properties of Feather Fill, you can even use it for light hail damage and to straighten panels with slight imperfections or waves. When using Feather Fill 4:1 to repair small hail damage, clean the entire panel with soap and water, followed by a wax and grease remover. Then sand the entire panel with 320 grit. This will prepare the panel and help to show areas that will need to be filled in the process. Now sand the deeper areas with 180 to 220 grit to prepare for the application of Quantum 1 or a premium glazing putty. Allow the material to cure and sand with 180 to 220 grit. Then apply the polyester primer as we mentioned earlier. Finish, sand, and coat according to your paint manufacturer's recommendations. For more information on Evercoat's Featherfill 4:1 Polyester Primer Surfacer or other Evercoat products, contact your local Evercoat distributor or go to evercoat.com for more information.